Hello guys, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, and it is still Tuesday the 28th of September, and in my last video I talked about this beautiful little box here, which inside has an Avro Lancaster cockpit in 1/32 scale, 3D printed in resin, and believe me, it is stunning. What's it for? It's for this. This is the Hong Kong Models 1/32 scale Lancaster in its wonderful black and white manual in a £400 kit. So basically, this kit has got a lot wrong with it. Engine intakes, the engine sizes of the engines, possibly undercarriage legs. I believe the canopy is too short. There's problems with the tail planes. Bombay's full of ejector pin marks. But one of the biggest issues I find with this kit is the cockpit. It is correctable. I did some work on it before and then sold it. And you can go back and see that in my historic videos. You can go back and see the work I did on modifying it, and that was all scratch built. As soon as I saw this resin cockpit come along, I had to get the model again. And I knew, I did a video the day I got the model, I knew as soon as I bought another one of these, the wing nut wings would show its face, and sure enough it did. That guy on Facebook was building it. Now it turns out Border Models are releasing it, so you can thank me. I bought this, and that's why you've got your wing nut wings Lanc. Right, another thumbs up. So basically, I'll show you quickly in the instructions. It's all very, it's very well laid out in the instructions. The Hong Kong model instructions, I do actually like them, to be honest. And it's very sort of bit by bit. It's not, you know, like Dragon-esque where you have 1,000,001 parts in one section. This is all very sort of stepped out in stages. You know, it's very, very nice. There's no real colour call outs. There's a few in that, but you know, check your references first. Some people argue whether the cockpit should be black or green and everything, and I always go for green and black in the nose. So basically, this is all going together, and it's okay. It's got instrument faces, but there's no decals for the instrument panel. You don't even get separate decals for the dial, so that you need to go aftermarket with that. And you can get the air scale set, which I've got here, and I have actually reviewed this and built it up, and you can go back. I'll put some links down below. If I forget, remind me. I'll put some links down below, and you can go and see the actual set reviewed, and then you can see me actually build it, and it is absolutely stunning when it's done, and I'll be using it again on this resin cockpit. So yeah, there's that. So you go down and you've got all the bits and pieces here. You've got the seats with the belts on. I'm not sure if these seats would have belts on or not. And I've got the engineer's panel going in. But the bit this set concentrates on is the main actually area here where the pilot sits. Okay, so you've got this raised platform where the pilot sits, and then down to the side of him he's got all his controls. He's got his control column in front of him, rudder pedals and that. And everything in this set is really, in this kit, sorry, is pretty badly depicted. It's not very nice at all. The rudder pedals are quite chunky. We may be keeping them in the set, I'm not sure, I doubt it. The box that he's actually sitting on here is too tall, and it's not at all accurate. The instrument panel should be angled back, and it's not, it's just straight up. There's map pockets all down this side here which are missing. Sorry, you've got a glare, but there's map pockets all down here which are missing. There's little control levers and wheels here that are missing, and you don't even get those in the Edwards set. And basically there's a lot of detail around the back. The back of the seat is simple. There's no oxygen bottle on there. It's all very, very basic, and for a 32nd scale kit that is as visible as it all is in a Lancaster, I think it's pretty dire. It's very, very bad. And that wing nut wings / Border Models cockpit is a lot nicer than this, but it still ain't as nice as the one I'm going to show you now. So just to quickly show you the parts of the Hong Kong models, I'll give you an idea where we're wrong. You can see this box here is just a moulded on box. This is the front cockpit floor. Basically your canopy would be here looking right down in top, and this box is actually too tall. I think it's about 4mm too tall, and it's the wrong shape. It's not supposed to be straight. And this the instrument panel here, where you can see it comes straight up here, it should be angled back. Okay, so this corrects all that. You can also see the seat is way off. You can see the seat cushion there. There's the base. Okay, and if I put a 32nd scale Revell Phantom seat next to it, you can see how long the base is in comparison to that seat. And if I do the same over here, we've got the seat sides. You can see here's the seat sides. If I put that Phantom seat there, you can see how long that base is. It's for a pilot with sort of 10-foot legs. So It's just not very nice at all. But as I say, it is doable. I've done it, but it's a lot of work. One hell of a lot of work to scratch build all of that. It took me a long time. So I don't know. The other thing is, I got a feeling the engineer's panel in here is oversized, because scale for scale, the 1/48th one is much smaller. So I don't know. We shall see. Or am I getting confused with the Tamiya kit? It could be the Tamiya one is much bigger. I can't remember. Forget that. Forget I just said that. Right, so basically, this is what you're going to get when you order this set. Now, it's from a guy called Robert Mrozowski, Mrozowski, and it comes from California, beautifully packaged, no damage to this whatsoever. It's come through the post, and here we go. So let's have a look inside. Which way do we open it? We open it here. I have actually opened this and had a very quick look, but I haven't even opened the instructions. So you can see it comes beautifully packaged. Everything in here is really nicely done. We've got all our parts in there. But first of all, let's have a look at the instructions. Now, it's looking like this is going to be an A4 printed out sheet. I think Robert is a one-man band. I think. Now, for some reason, he's put on here a commercial sample. He sent me this free. Okay, so I basically got in touch with him. I said, I've seen your set. It is absolutely beautiful. I reckon the guys who've watched my channel will buy a few of these. So how do you fancy sending me one? And I'll get you some business. And he's like, yeah, all right. So he sent me this one. So very great thanks to Robert for sending it. And I'm really looking forward to building this and doing a review with it. And I'd love to see you guys buy them and build them too, and send me your pictures of what you're doing with it. So basically, it says here commercial sample. It could well be that if you buy the set and you pay for it with your hard-earned money, then you get this in colour. That might always put commercial sample. Anyway, the kit is a highly detailed reproduction of the pilot station for the Avro Lancaster. It has been researched and scaled from technical drawings and photographs of surviving examples. Every effort was made to make it as accurate as possible, yet still printable and compatible with the HK kit. That is the problem. When people make these upgrades, and this is something we must always remember, folks, okay? Perfect example is the B17, again from HK models. They got the nose wrong. The nose is all round on the top and it should be sort of flattened off. So every aftermarket instrument panel set for that is made with a rounded off instrument panel, because they make it to fit the kit. Now, if you made a complete new resin nose, you could have the top flattened down, but then you'd also have to make a complete new resin upper fuselage, because the kit parts wouldn't fit. The kit, to me, it just looks awful. I've cut one about and put it back in its box, but I think it looks bloody awful with the rounded nose. They've done the same that they've done with the Lancaster. They released the 32nd scale, make loads of mistakes. Everybody moaned about it. They've done the corrections and got it right in the 48th, but they've still got a few errors in the 48th, the same as they've got a few errors still in the 48th scale Lancaster. I just wish these people would talk to someone who knows what they're talking about and show them their models and drawings before they release, because there's thousands of us out there that would happily help them out. Model Collector, are you listening? So basically, it's specifically designed to be completed with the Airscale Avro Lancaster B Mark 1 instrument panel upgrade. That's this set here. You can also use the Edard set, I believe. With the exception of 2 brass rods, all the parts are 3D printed in an acrylate resin. This material is considered safe to handle, but I still recommend taking proper precautions to not inhale or ingest sanding dust. The resin is fairly easy to saw and sand, but it is somewhat brittle and must be handled with extreme care. The beauty of resin is when it snaps, it snaps. Okay, so if it does break, bit of super glue, glue it back together, absolutely fine. Unlike plastic, if you break plastic, it sort of deforms and then snaps. So when you glue it back together, it goes back together in its deformed shape. I've said that a million times before. My adhesive tests indicate the CA glue works well. I also recommend that you use a good pair of cuticle clippers to carefully cut parts from the printing supports and a new X-Acto blade to remove the remaining stubs. I have had success using a set of RB Micro Photo Etch saw blades to remove other parts from their support. It is also safe to submerge warped parts in boiling water until flexible and hold straight while cooling. The tolerance of the kit is critical, and if the sides of the seat are not precisely sanded and glued to the back, the seat will not fit correctly to the floor. For this I found the Infini sanding system using 1000 grit, perfect for the job. So that's these here. I've got the full set of Infini sanders here, and what he's talking about there is the 5mm. You can see here he's got the Photo Etch 5mm Infini. This is available in the UK from Premium Hobbies, and if you're going to order them, NMB10 will get you 10% off. So there we've got what he's recommending. Be careful, be especially careful when removing the seat sides from its support so as not to accidentally snip off the corner brackets. Then sand that side until it's smooth. After the sides are glued to the back, sand the top flat while being careful not to remove the alignment pins. No one is perfect and mistakes will happen, don't we know that? I make lots of them. Spare parts are available for a fee by ordering at my website www.robertmrozowski.com. robertmrozowski.com. Thank you for your support, and please feel free to contact me with any suggestions or questions. info@robertmrozowski.com. So basically we have got a set of pictorial instructions here. So first of all, we're removing that. This is that great big piece of plastic floor here. So we're going to remove that. Okay. And then here we're going to take away that piece of floor. Oh, we're going to insert the resin piece, which you're going to look at in a minute. And then we've got this assembly here, which is going to get glued to the top. So you can see, this is what I was talking about. This block of plastic and the kit is just squared off at the back and squared off at the front. But in reality, that platform is actually a sheet of, it's fabricated like it's like a honeycomb. It's almost like your Sapili doors, your doors that you have with the cardboard in the middle. So it's 2 layers of aluminium. So it's quite a thick panel, and that's going to sit on top of that box there. And as you can see, underneath is hollow. And you've got the back cut off an angle there and the front's cut off an angle there. And we've got all the mountings and everything for the seat. We've got the pitch and yaw levers there, or knobs. And then you've got this one here. I'm not sure what the lever is now, I forget. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments. And there's all sorts of bits and pieces here, which are all available. You can get your pictures. You don't need any special books or anything. It's all available on Google. So there you go, putting the seat together. This is where he said it's all got to be precise. You've got this very highly detailed seat top there with all the mechanism and everything for the seat belt to go on. It's got a removable pin that pulls out so you can eject or get out quickly. They didn't have ejection seats, did they? So you've got the levers here going in, and then you've got an oxygen bottle going on the back of the seat, which is completely missing from the kit. We've got a completely accurate armoured sheet there. We've got some armrests going on there, and you can have them up or down, which is a nice touch. Probably have that one down, have that one up, especially if the plane's parked up. And then we can fit that armoured headrest in there with a couple of bits of brass rod, 0.4 by 6.65 brass rods. I'm assuming they're not included in the kit. Okay, so then we're going to go on and fit the seat to the base. We're going to concentrate now on the control column with the control wheel. So here you've got the option. Okay, so if you look here closely, you can see that these two control columns are different. Later Lancs had the arm coming out the side, so you can have the separate, like Just Jane is. So you've got the separate, not Just Jane, sorry. What's the name? The Canadian one, I can't think of the name now. That one's got the two pilots sat at the front, so you can have the lever coming out the side there, so you can have dual controls. Then we're adding in our trim levers there. Seat base is going in. You've got, of course, choice of cushions. Check your references because they did change. And then you've got all that assembly then built up. Okay, so that's your main assembly built up. And then here you've got diagrams and all the plumbing. And again, this is available on Google as well. But this is all the plumbing that goes around. If you look back in my previous videos, I have actually done all this. You can see it on there. So, well, all this behind anyway, not this underneath because it can't be seen. But the stuff that goes up over the top. And you've got this here as well. Now that's going to be included in the kit, I believe. That little unit there. Yeah, I think that is part of the. That is part of this part here. Yeah, that is that. You've got this mechanism down here, down the side of the seat. So you've got all sorts of pipework and everything coming out of there. So that'll be really beautiful to do, and it'd be nice to see when we look at the parts. Yes, you can see we've got all the fittings. Look at that. We've got all the hydraulic fittings in there already, so all ready just to touch with a drill, bit of brass wire in there, or a bit of lead or whatever, bit of solder, and yeah, it'd be lovely. And then we've got some pilot's views here. We've got some pictures of the cockpits. That's from that Carlsberg advert, isn't it? So, and then we've got a parts layout. So there we go. So we'll check against all that and make sure. Now, as I say, the instrument panel is blank. You need to get an aftermarket set for it, but you need to do that even if you're going to get the kit. So let's have a look at what we've got in the box. So let's have a look. We've got in here. We've got some bags of parts. Oh, look at this. This is resin pouring here, guys. And you've got here, fragile parts enclosed. Well, if they're not fragile, God knows what's in there. I'll save that till last. Right, so here we have got, these are oxygen bottles. Now, I don't think these are part of the kit. I think he's put these in for me as a little bonus. Oxygen bottle. I think you only get one in the set, and he's put, what have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm guessing that's a full complement there. Thank you very much, Robert, if you're watching. Great, thank you very much. He actually does these as a separate set, so if you just want the oxygen bottles, you can get these. I'll put a link to his website down below. So yeah, there's 6 there, and then there's 1 there, so I've got the full 7, because there's a crew of 7 in there. So brilliant, excellent. Right, so we've got all those bags there. We'll get the box out of the way, put that on top of that plastic sprue, because we won't be using most of those parts. Let's start off with this major bit here, and we're going to put that lovely bit there to the side. So here we go. It's going to be cameras on, so the bags are going to play up. Right, so let's have a look in here and be careful not to break anything. As I say, if we do break anything, it's not the end of the world, because it's easy to repair. And as he says in the instructions, resin is not like plastic, guys. If you are new to it, it's not like the plastic. It's quite brittle, and it will snap quite easily. Look at that, that's caught on there. Right. So this is the beauty of 3D printing rather than moulding resin. As you can see here, when you mould resin, you take these parts and you make them up onto a sheet like this, and you have that's what's called a pouring plug. So you've always got this tatty old sheet of resin you've got to cut off. And the thing is, you can have a very thin connection area, but you've always got to be careful. The area's got to be thick enough that when you pull the part from the mould, it's strong enough to be able to pull the part out. But also, it's got to be thin enough that it's easy to cut off. Whereas when you're 3D printing, you can see what you can do. If you look at the beautiful detail on there, but also look at the connection points. All those little pins that are going up vertically, they are just connection points. Okay? And then when you've finished, you'll have these lovely sprue bits here, which are going to be really, really nice for little templates. You'd use those as a wheel spraying mask, couldn't you? But but yeah, and the detail, that's the detail on the back of the instrument panel, which can be seen if you look up through the blister on the front. So really, really nice touch there. Thank you, Robert. And you've got the back of the compass and everything there moulded in as well. So if you are going to super detail your bomb aimers area, then that'll be really nice as well. But I would imagine that now that the wing kit's going to be released, I would imagine that people won't be doing much more for the Hong Kong models kit, because probably no one's going to buy it. But we shall see. Maybe they will. There are certainly probably a few thousand out there have been sold, so there's probably quite a market. So we've got our 2 different control columns here. So you can see this is the one. This one here has got the little nubbin on the side, on the starboard side there, so that the shaft can come out and operate the other control wheel. And then this is just the standard World War II version with the single on there. But you can see, if I get this close in, you can see on here you've got all that beautiful rivet detail, which is stunning, and you've got that little access panel in the centre there. It's all very, very nice indeed. It is beautiful. And you can just imagine when that's painted cockpit green or black or whatever you're going to do, and then you give it a wash of something and a dry brush, you know, just all those rivets are just going to pop. Have we got the kit part here? I'm sure we have. I'm sure all the cockpit is on one sprue. I can't see it here. Yeah, there it is. Oh my God. So this one's got the lump on the side, which it shouldn't have. But you can see there. Remember I said the floor was too high? You can see now just how too much high that floor is. If I place that resin part there, if it will stay there. Stay there! Urgh. Let's get the one with the lump on the side. It might stay there better because it's got a bit more meat to it. Oh, come on. Right, so you can see now the difference in length of those 2 columns, and you can also see the difference in the detail. Okay, so yeah, Very, very nice indeed. And we'll keep doing that all through. We'll compare. Now this doesn't feature at all in the actual kit, but this is part of the seat mounting. Okay, so the seat actually sort of rolls around on this, so it goes up and down. So that's part of the seat mounting there, which goes onto the floor. Okay, and I'll show you in the instructions as we go through. I'll show you what it is. You can see here on that base there, you can see that seat mounting part is going in. In fact, no, so that's underneath what we're talking about. This is underneath, it's not the top. These are the two bits I was talking about here. I'll shut up. So that's not going to be seen under there unless you cut the side open, but it's nice to have it in there because it's always nice to have stuff, isn't it? So I'm going to put that over there next to that bag. I'm not going to rebag it all up on camera, but I will rebag it up as it came in the kit. So now we've got the this is going to be the main cockpit floor and some other little bits and pieces. So here we go. Oh, he has, look at that, how good of him. He's given us the brass rod. Robert, you're a star. This is the brass rod in the for the headrests, I believe. So, and he's given you a spare piece as well, which is more than a lot of people do. So right, what's all this here? So this is the main floor. Okay, so here you can see, I think this is going to be cut off, or is the floor going to sit on there? I can't remember. Yeah, the floor's going to sit in there. So this is the main floor. So this is the piece that's going to go into your plastic here. So you're going to cut that out, and then that's going to go in under there. And you can see here now, I don't want to break any of this resin, but you can see here now, when you can look at the size of this lump that the seat sat on, and you compare it to the size of this lump that the seat sat on, you can see how much too big this one is. And you also don't have, on the front of here, you've got a radiused edge and everything. This is all goes around, it's a fairing, and this is the cover. All the chain wheels are behind there, where the chain wheels go down to operate all the ailerons and elevators and everything. So that's what's in there. Now this here is the lever that goes down the port side of the seat. You can see that there. That's beautifully printed with all the rivet detail and everything. Okay, and that's going to go on the end of this. That's going to go on the end of this shaft here. So that's going to go on the end of there. Okay, this here is, I don't know, but it's a beautiful little part, whatever it is. But hang on, let me try and, sorry about my fingers guys, I've been working on the Land Rover and they've got ingrained with diesel and stuff. So there we go. That's lovely. And then this one here, this is the top of the seat. Just look at that. Come on, camera, focus. Focus. That's the top of the seat. Absolutely gorgeous. It's trying to focus on my hand. The trouble, the parts are so tiny. And then this is the lever for the right hand side of the seat. Or it might be down the left hand side of the seat. Let me get this picture. Yes, it is down the left hand side of the seat. There's the two levers. One of them's going to be Bombay, one of them's going to be undercarriage. I think the undercarriage is on the right. I can't remember now. But there we go. And then we've got two of those. So yeah, these are actually the seat side frames. So these are what the seat actually mounts on by the look of it. Okay, so they are beautiful. Right, so there's that bag there. That's great that he's put that brass rod in there. Normally, like with Edard and stuff, you've got to add your own, haven't you? So, which, you know, if you're not much of a scratch builder and you don't keep brass rod, you don't want to go and buy a packet of Albion brass rod just for two little lengths. Right, so that's that there. We can put that there. So, oh, look at that wheel. This is the armour plate. Beautiful. There's a trim wheel. You see how beautifully moulded all this is. Right, so we've got an oxygen bottle here, and you can see there we've got the oxygen bottle sticking out the top with all the gauges and everything on it, and we've got that beautiful mesh. That beautiful mesh on there, which is really, really nice around the actual. I may do some photos of this. I don't know. And then we've got our control wheels here. These are our trim wheels that go down the side of the seat. So you've got one there, and then there's another one there. Okay. These are our armrests. So we're going to get three. You've got three armrests there. Are there another three? Okay, so what he's doing, he's having one down, and then you've got the option of having one up or one down, I'm guessing. Yeah, so looking at the instructions here, we've got, you can have them both down, or you can have the right one up, which, as I said, you'd have that one down and have that one up. Why would you flip the left one up? So there we go, that's the armrest there. And they are nothing short of stunning. Really, really nice. Just to show you a comparison. They're a little bit nicer than the kit parts. Just a little bit nicer. A bit smaller too, funny that. Bigger is not better. Here's the control wheel, which has got the lever on for the brake and everything. Again, absolutely gorgeous. This thing is going to look amazing when it's built, and I will be doing this shortly. And here we've got the lever. This is the lever down the, which side of the seat is this going to go on? Just going to check. I think that's the one. Okay, again, this is down the left hand side. So this is down the left hand side of the seat, so you hardly see it, but that you can see on there, you've got all those hydraulic unions where we can put all that pipe work in. Again, if you go back and look at my video, like I said, I'll put a link below, you'll see I put all the pipe work in when I scratch built it. And you can see that there. It's stunning. Can't quite remember what that is. It's a little. It's got a couple of. Oh, this is down the side of the seat, isn't it? Yes, this goes down the side of the seat, just behind the mat pockets. Okay. So yeah, this is going. It's going down there. Not exactly sure what it is, but it goes down there. And then we've got the armoured headrest there, and you can see we've got the beautifully printed brackets on there for fitting. Okay, and then this is down the left hand side of the seat, right hand side of the seat, sorry. Again, we've got all those beautiful hydraulic unions on there, and this is I believe this is landing gear. This is the bit that's painted red, and there's another lever coming off the front of there. Again, if I show you in the kit, I did see it on here. Where is it? There it is. Okay, don't laugh. Don't laugh. There's the kit part in comparison. Okay, so there you go. Now remember, if you're building the Hong Kong model's nose art one, which is just the nose, this will be perfect for that, because the cockpit is going to be the only real bit you're going to look at on that, because there's nothing else really to look at. You might look at the turret, I suppose. They're a little bit lacking as well, aren't they, on the HK kit? But so yeah, if you're doing the nose art, this will also fit that kit as well. So again, there's some proper stuff now. Look at that seat. Oh Jesus, look at these cushions. They are gorgeous. Right, so these are our seat frames. You can see now why he said you're going to have to use a lot of care taking these apart. You can get, he mentioned in the instructions, he talked about these RB Production saws. I've got a little bag of RB Production stuff here. These are the nano saws, and then you got the scriber. These are the micro saws. There we go. So you've got some tiny little saws in there with some. You can see this one here has got a very, very fine blade. I believe they've gone out of business now. Radu Brinson, someone did say he died. I don't think he died. I think he just gave up the business. I hope he didn't die. He was a lovely chap. But so there's the RB saws that he's suggesting. But you can get all sorts of little saws. I wouldn't suggest using anything like this, the trumpeter saw. It's way, way too coarse. And the other trouble, this is my favourite saw. This is a bit big, really, to get in there. So, you know, be a little bit sensible at what you're using. I think the other thing you could do is use a hot knife. I'm not sure. But anyway, you'll see when I build it. I'll show you how I do it. But there's basically a seat side. And he's obviously had to do that way for some reason to get the features in there. So really, really nice. It's built up on this sort of structure. You can see it's almost like a roller coaster, but that's when it's moulded, it's upside down, and that's the structure it builds it up on. So it builds it up from this way down. So it builds up the structure first. So the last thing to be printed would be that corner there. So you can see he's got a whole support all the way going up just to support that little nubbin on the corner. So there we are. Just to show you, I keep comparing to the plastic parts, but look at that. Look at the difference there. Absolutely stunning. So there's the seat, got the other side there, so that's basically a mirror of that one. And we've got the two different cushions, so you've got the ribbed cushion, okay, which I think would be glossy green because it's leather, and I think this one will be like a khaki colour, I'm not sure. But check your references for the time period you're going for. He's obviously covered both time periods in here, which is good of him, so you can have the later twin setup or not. And then you've got the seat here. Oh, look at the back, it's exquisite. So you've got the seat base here, and you've got this beautiful punched out panel going across the front here, and then you've got the punched out panels going up the back. It looks like they're actually, they are hollow. I didn't think they were hollow. Yes, they are. Wow. So you can see there on the back of there, you've got those beautiful stiffener sections running vertically up the seat, and then you've got the piece going over the top, and then you've got the sides going in, which finishes the box off. And you've got that lovely framework down the bottom there. So it's all lovely, really, really nice. All very visible as well. And then you've got the two rods here. Not exactly sure what they're for, but anyway, they might be part of the seat mounting. And then, so that's that. And then the final bag, before we get into our fragile parts enclosed, there might be a bloody spider in there or something to make me jump. Oh, this is our oxygen bottles. We've already seen one, but we'll have a look at a group of them. We can see them from all different angles then. So you can see there's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oxygen bottles. Thank you, Robert. I wasn't expecting these. But there you go. So you can see, if I can get the camera to focus, you can see the beautiful detail on them. Again, very, very visible through the canopy hanging off the back of the pilot's seat. So really, really nice. So finally, we've got this beautifully packaged cardboard ring, and we've got the tape down the side, and it looks like it might even be glued together. So let's grab a knife, have a look. Oh, here we go. This is what he's done here. Wow. He's got a... Well, that's ever so sticky. I don't know what that is. It's something that's poured in there. What is that, Robert? Please email me, let me know. I'd love to know what that is. That's really good stuff. So it's just poured in and it's remained sticky. I'm not going to pull these parts out because I don't want to damage them. But here we have got the beautiful floor with the seat mounting bits on it. You can see there. Okay, we've got some greeblies at the side. And then here we've got this this box with the control wheels and everything. And you've got that lever on the front which the pilot pulls up. I think that's the emergency bomb drop or something, emergency bomb doors. You've got the stop up the front for the rudder pedals. I don't remember seeing rudder pedals, so we obviously are using the ones out of the kit, I'm guessing. Yeah, it doesn't come with rudder pedals, so we are using the ones out of the kit. Well, I've got a feeling maybe, just maybe, I'll have a look. The Edwards set has rudder pedals in it. I can't remember. The rudder pedals are on here. The Bannergunner, because the rest of the cockpit is, and they're not brilliant. But for what you can see of them, they're probably good enough. There's the sides of them there, look. So there's the sides of the rudder pedals there under my little finger. So yeah. Yeah, you've got that beautiful little star wheel on there, which is completely missing from the kit, and it's missing from the Edwards set, and it's missing from the Airscale set. But I will say the Airscale set is not a cockpit upgrade, it's an instrument panel upgrade. But they also give you the engineer's panel as well, so it's a little bit more than it says. But it's not a cockpit upgrade, it's an instrument panel upgrade. The Edwards set is supposed to be a cockpit upgrade set, and there's a lot not in there that could have been. We've got the lovely rivet panel on the floor. We've got the holes there, the depressed holes, and that's where our seat's going to fit and everything. And then we've got 3 of the little control wheels down the side there. Okay, and they are going to sit down the front. So one of those is going to go down the front there. Okay, so yeah. And while I'm talking about this, something I've been thinking all along. I don't care how good that Wingnut Wings kit is, it isn't going to be as nice as this. It ain't going to be as nice as this. There's no way. because you can't mould plastic and open the tool and get it all out and have everything like this. You can't do those holes on the sides without, you know, millions of pounds worth of tooling. So you know, even for the wing nut wing kit, this could be something worth looking at, because it's just so, and I'm not trying to sell this, I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. I may buy a second one for when that wing nut wing kit comes along, or I may build this up and put it in that kit and then put the wing nut wings kit cockpit in this one. I cannot use this cockpit, okay? No way, no way at all on this earth. So there we go. So yeah, really nice. Now I believe this set is $72, and as I say, you can go to robertmrozowski.com. You see the address there, and you'll see the set built up and everything on there. And I believe it's $72. Now I don't think he's got a UK distributor, so you're going to be looking at paying the postage and everything, and possibly the customs. But you know, I think for what it costs, $72, what's that, 50 quid? It is not a lot of money for what it is. When you look at like the Edward photo etch set, and it's like, I don't know, what is it, £18 or something like that, and it gives you nothing. This is far superior to that. And then when you add the air scale instrument panel set, and I'll just show you in here what you're getting. As I say, I've already done a review of this and a build of it, and I'll link it below. But when you actually look at what you're getting in here, you can see on there you've got all those control levers and everything, and you can just imagine when they're sat on that beautiful instrument panel there, it's going to look stunning, absolutely stunning. And then you've got your decals there for your instrument panels. They're very fragile, be careful. Acetate sheet to go behind, so basically what you do is you put the decal behind the instrument panel with your acetate sheet in between. Okay, and then you've got, where are we? You get your dials showing through the instrument panel like that, and then when you go on an angle, you get the glazing. See the glazing effect? It's really nice. I'd rather use that than a blob of varnish, because the blob of varnish generally goes concave, whereas that stays dead flat and looks more like glass. But basically that's what you're getting in that set. So it's really nice. And well, go look at my build. It is beautiful what it's done. It's really nice, especially if you add all the little switches and everything. So there we go, guys. That is the Robert Mrozowski cockpit set for the HK Models Lancaster. It's RMM32005. Go look at his website. He's got a couple of products on there. He's got a beautiful Norden bomb sight as well, so if you're doing the B-17, then you might want to stick that in the nose of it. But anyway, there we go. Thanks for watching. Bye for now, and I'll see you all soon with another review.